All right, all right, all right. Welcome, 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 everyone. We are the eve before Christmas Eve. Yeah, I like to do stuff like that. So, welcome, welcome. What if I told you that a vision board is not about pictures on a page, but about giving your future a place to speak before your life gets loud again? So, tonight, we're not talking about glue, stickers, or quotes. We're talking about clarity, alignment, and execution. And I brought a guest on who does not just believe in vision, she lives it, builds it, and moves with intention. And so this conversation is for you who has goals but wants direction that actually holds. My guest tonight is none other than Miss Deronda Jackson. She is the CEO of Flavor Inc., which is a community based dance crew. And I'm going to go ahead and bring her to the stage as we get ready to hear and start this incredible conversation. Good evening. Good evening. How are you doing?
Hi there. I'm fine. How are you?
I am great. I'm great. I'm glad that we could have this amazing conversation. You know, we're getting into Christmas and then we get into New Year's. And usually, when the new year comes around, everybody's thinking about their goals and their vision. And you will be part of my vision board event in January as well. But I wanted to talk to the people and kind of solidify some clarity around some of that. So as I brought you on, just tell the people who you are, and we'll get into some questions and flow with this conversation.
Okay. Hi, everyone. I am Deronda Jackson. I am known as the Diamond Diva. I am the founder of Flavor Inc. And, well, it's actually called, the name of my business is actually Flavor, Fun, and Fitness. And we're known as Flavor Inc. Um, Flavor Inc. is a is a community of people who enjoy dancing. We enjoy dancing, but our focus is on living our best life, on living a healthy and happy life. Um, the vision is to um, change lives one dance at a time. And our mission is to empower people through music and movement. So we do a lot of different community events. Our main thing that people know us for is our line dance classes, but when we're not in class, we are doing health and wellness fairs. We are doing corporate events, birthday parties, church events, just anything to get out in the community and to get people moving.
Awesome. And you know, we hear all the time that movement is so important. So, what an incredible initiative that you started. And so, as we're talking about vision and executing that vision, because a lot of people have vision, a lot of people have goals. And as I said, we're getting into 2026, and some people may look and say, 2025 is done. I didn't do what I was supposed to do, but I'm definitely going to be doing this in 2026. So, what I want you to share is you just explained to us your vision of and you broke out the name, and if you can say the full name again for me so I make sure that I have the full name, because I absolutely love that. So if you want to give me the full name of that, that would be amazing. So give me the full name again as we break that down.
Okay, the name of the company is Flavor, Fun, and Fitness.
Yes. Flavor, fun, and fitness. And we have somebody that's joining us tonight. Welcome, welcome, the Metamo Life. Welcome, welcome. Glad that you are here. Merry Christmas to you too. Glad that you can join in with this conversation. So, as you just talked about flavor, fun, and fitness, those things are very important to you. So, if you can share, what was your vision? And also, what had you push through so that you could execute on this vision into where you are right now? Speak about that a little bit, because I know that we have somebody that's watching, whether they're watching live now or they're going to tune into the replay. I know that we have somebody that has something deep down inside of them, but unfortunately excuses may come up and they may say, I can't, and all these other. So share with us how you went from this idea, this vision, to now to executing. And you mentioned corporate events, so you took line dancing to a whole new level. So share with us.
Yes. Um, so I have always loved dancing and truly enjoyed line dancing. Um, when COVID hit, that slowed everybody down a little bit. Now, I am I am diagnosed as a diabetic. I eat very well. I'm very active. It was just a hereditary thing. It was just something that I was going to have. And so during COVID, I noticed that my numbers weren't good, weren't good. And as healthy as I eat and as active as I am, I knew that there were others that were dealing with the same type of issues. And so I wanted to do something um, that got people moving. Music is an international language. It doesn't matter where you are, whether you understand the words, it's the feeling that we get from the music. So I decided that I would take something that I love and share it with other people in hopes that we could have healthier and happier lifestyles. So I started thinking on what it is that I actually wanted to do. I didn't want to get stuck in the traditional, just we're just line dancing, because I wanted to make a difference in my community. So I took the thought and I made the vision. Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision and make it plain, you know, and it was plain enough so that everyone could see what it is that I was trying to do. What it is that I was trying to do. So, in 2020, what's this? In 2023, I really started thinking. I started thinking about how I wanted it to play out. And I actually spoke to Miss Leslie, in it was probably November or December. And I said, hey, I want to talk to you about something because it was really, really there. And so Ms. Leslie had her vision board party in January 2023. I came in knowing what I want. I came in knowing that I was going to give myself, well, from the time that I started, I was giving myself 6 months to start my classes. I spoke with someone, I got a building where I could have it. And so I just started off with the flyers. I came into the vision board party with my flyers, and my flyer said, you know, coming April 2024. Didn't know the date. I didn't have all the details. I just knew that that was what I wanted to do. And so I just kept moving. I kept moving. There were some problems with my building, but I had it in my heart that this is what I wanted to do. And so there was a problem with the building. So I ended up started my class in April 2024 with 6 people in a church fellowship hall. In a church fellowship hall. And I'm thankful that those six people believed in what I was saying, believed in what I wanted to happen in our community. And so just push through, fast forward, April 2025. I had a roll of about 40 people, and now in December of 2025, going into 2026, I have over 60, about 75 people really on my active roster list for Flavor Inc. And I'm just ecstatic about what we've done this year and about what we're going to do next year to go even higher in helping people maintain those health and wellness goals.
That is absolutely incredible. And thank you for breaking that down, right? Because I know, like I said, I know there's somebody out there that is saying, okay, she has this company, Fun Fitness. And so everybody always want to know, well, how did you start? And so what I love that you said is that you had some issues. And that's what I really want people to understand is that as I started off, in talking about the vision board party, right? You're going to put down and you're going to visualize this thing, whatever it is that's holding in your heart. You're going to put this thing down, but be sure that as you want this thing, things are going to happen. Life will show up and life will life. And
Yes.
so you
Yes.
said you started, first of all, you had a plan. So let's go with that. So let's go. We got a vision board. You put this thing down that you want to start this, you want to start doing wellness because it started with you first. And we
Mhm.
always say you are your first customer,
Mhm.
because with you said that you were diagnosed and you knew that there were other people like you, but you started with yourself first. And in April of 2024 you started off with six people, and then now let's fast forward probably about a good 18 months or so, you're
Mhm.
at 75. The
Mhm.
most important thing that I see there is there's going to be obstacles. There's going to be maybe
Yes.
even naysayers. There's going to be
Yes.
people that's going to say line dancing, like why you want to do that? Right? So there's going to be all these obstacles that are going to come up as you have put down your vision because you want to see this thing. Like the Bible says to make it plain. When you put it down and you could see this thing. And I remember when you came, and that was my first vision board event, 2024. And I
Mhm.
remember you said, Leslie, I have it where I can see it every day. And so that
Mhm.
was January of 2024. By April, you had six people. And
Mhm.
then you continue moving forward. And you came to the second one, which was January
Yes.
2025 this year. And we're having our third one in 2026.
And I
So
have that vision board on the wall. It's the first thing I see when I open my eyes and I say thank you. And I look to see what I have. I wish I had brought it so that I could show it. But on it, there's things like that says leader. Um, there's community on there. There's a picture of that first group of ladies that was in my first class. The first group, that's important. Why? Because of them, I kept going. And I still have those ladies in my class. We have seen lives change. We have seen weight loss. Last night we celebrated the weight loss of a couple of our ladies. Um, we saw my numbers fine. I had a cancer scare. I've gotten to the point, one of the things the doctor said is that you have to do You have to stay healthy. You have to eat right. You have to exercise. You have to do this. And then I had to see my other doctors. The best thing about the fitness part, and because people make fitness such a word, we have fun. Line dancing is so beneficial. It's so healthy for you. It's better for you um, than running. Because running is hard on your knees and your legs. Um, it helps with your memory. There's just so many health and social benefits and all of the things that you get from line dancing other than the fact that you're just coming to dance.
I love you talking about all your personal benefits, right? And all the healthy benefits that go along with it. And you're right, the fun part of it is so important, right? Because I see you guys all over, just having so much fun. And at one time I was able to join. I can't join now because of work schedule, but you are right. And especially doing something that's fun, that you enjoy doing, and getting health benefits from it. And yeah,
Mhm.
running is hard on your body, it's hard on your knees. And not only that, it can be dangerous if you're running at night, or running somewhere else. You know what I mean? So here, and you mentioned community. You have
Yeah,
a community of 75 women that are, and as you said, you celebrated them last night. So
yeah,
community, and we all know that in community, so many things happen. It that alone, being
yeah,
in community alone, is a health benefit. I mean, let's
yes,
talk about that, right? So
yes.
being in community alone is an incredible health benefit. So kudos to you for following that vision and that dream and continually pushing forward. Like, that is so important. And then I want to ask another question. I know for me, when I had this dream that I wanted to be an author. But although I had this dream in me about wanting to be an author, I didn't know where to turn. So I was stuck. I was stuck for a good 20 years. And what I did, like most people, every beginning of the year, I will say, I'm going to write a book. And after a
Mhm.
while, I sounded like a broken record, right? Because I'm gonna like, when Leslie, when are you gonna write this book? And finally, moving from ideation, like you said, you talk to somebody. It took me 20 years to talk to somebody and even just ask a question. And we always say that we don't get the results that we get because we don't ask a question. So kudos to you for asking that question. But what I want you to talk to, or kind of answer, like that thing that you may have and now afraid to ask the question of someone that may be able to help you. You don't know if they will, but they may be able to help you. Can you speak about that a little bit?
Um, okay. So I have several different line dance instructors that are they're known because they're internet sensations and all that. And so I have used those people to model and to ask questions. And I've been blessed that they've just been willing to answer the questions. But one of the things that a lot of my business mentors have said was you have to be more visible. You have to be more visible. Um, you have to do you have to get on social media. You have to do some other things, but I have to be visible. And so I was kind of nervous about getting on YouTube and doing podcasts and even just dancing on live, just doing TikToks, TikToks, and getting on Instagram and all that. That was different. That was different for me. So I've had to meet with some people. I have a meeting next week um, with the station manager, so I will be more visible in 2026. Treasure Coast, we have a very unique opportunity here in the Treasure Coast to do the same thing that you see in Georgia and South Carolina with all the line dance and teams with the trail rides and all of that. And we're invited to a lot of places, and I'm thankful for that. That people do see Flavor Inc. Um, and so in 2026, we'll be pushing forward a little bit more, and that's a little unnerving for me because that's not something that I've done before, but because I want it to get out more, the the health benefits of line dancing. My total focus for 2026 is about total wellness. Total wellness. So we want to touch on the emotional, the spiritual, the physical, the mental aspects in order for us to live our healthiest and happiest lives. A healthy life is a happy life. So we're going to do it with some dancing, but we got to talk about some stuff. So you guys are going to get the unique opportunity to talk about it with Rhonda.
I love it. I love it. I love the, people may see you and see you guys on social media, and I even see you on TikTok. I see you on TikTok with your granddaughter doing some amazing things. And I love that you touched on that, it can make you nervous. But again, what you're doing is you're pushing through. You're
Hmm.
pushing through because of the vision that you have. And
Yes.
so that's really what I want the people that are watching come back and that's going to join us on the replay. I really want people to understand that, yeah, you have this vision. You put it down, but
Hmm.
there's work that you gotta do. Like this
Yes.
thing, you don't just put this thing down and then make this look pretty and that's it.
Yeah.
Because working with a lot of women, coaching women,
Mhm.
and here's the other part, and you didn't share this. I would also like you to share, well, what is it that your profession, what have you been doing in your professional life, right? So
Okay.
here's the thing, that what I find with a lot of professional women is that they rely on their titles. They
Hmm.
rely on their titles. Let's just say that. Let's say that. They rely on their titles and feel that this title or this job makes me somebody.
Hmm.
Even the degrees make
Yeah.
me somebody, right? But what you've gone, and that's why I admire entrepreneurs so much, business owners so much, is because it is not easy that day to day, right? You could be the CEO of somebody's company, and and you could have amazing quarters and amazing quotas and amazing all of that. But let me see you start your own company. That's
Hmm.
really where the rubber meet the road right there. Not
Yeah.
running a company that ain't yours,
Yeah.
right? So what I admire about you is the push through and being very, very transparent. That, yeah, there's some things that I'm uncomfortable doing, but at
Yeah.
the end of the day, the mission, the vision is for health. So
Yes.
I absolutely love that. So share what is your profession? Dancing Flavor Inc. is your company that you started, your baby that you started less than 2 years ago. What
Hmm.
is it what is it that is your career?
Okay. So I actually have a degree. a master's degree in human leadership and development, and have been accepted into a doctorate program for psychology. Um, I'm interested in um, the total person. I want to know and want to help other people realize and get to their best self. Sometimes we do a lot of celebrating in Flavie. Well, the first thing I want to say is that some people truly believe that that being a founder and an instructor, we just get up there and dance and just teach you some line dances. That's so far from it. So as I'm preparing for a class, I'm coming up with a playlist for what I want to do in the class. But then once I get there, I may have to rearrange everything because of the actual crowd that I have in the building. I have to see what Nancy needs. I have to see what Samantha needs or what they may struggle with. I have, in addition to me, I have 5 instructors, and my instructors teach more than I teach sometimes because I want to feel the people. I want to see what's going on. So in videos, you often see me moving throughout the crowd. I may go and dance beside someone because I want everybody to leave there feeling valued and feeling accomplished, like they've done something. And so when people come into a class, there's always expression. Uh,
You're good. You're good. Okay, go ahead.
there we
You're
go.
good. Yeah.
There's always a celebration because sometimes it requires a lot for us to just push to get to class. To get to class, we have to get off work. Now, I'm talking about women now. We do have men in our class. Um, but because of the many hats that we wear, it's so hard sometimes for us to just find that time to do something for us, to do something that's fun and that's healthy, that's beneficial. It's fun and it's beneficial um, for you to come. So we celebrate every time somebody come in the door. We're clapping and yelling and everything. We keep dancing, but we're celebrating because we want you to feel good about the time that you're giving to yourself. And so so not only are we dancing to get to our health benefits, um we're meeting people, we're finding those social connections. um we've had people that are getting jobs based off of what they've done in flaving. We want to empower the people who come to our class. What's your specialty? You may not even knew. You may not have even known that you could teach a line dance class. So we have developed you to the point and got you to a certain confidence level that you're able to get in front of a class and teach a song. That's major. That's major, especially when it's a class of 40 to 50 people. That's major. That's really major. So I think I answered the question. But I just try to incorporate everything that I've learned. Yeah, I've made a lot of companies, a lot of money, a lot of money as the executive director of nonprofits and all of that, chief services officer. I've done all of that. my greatest pleasure is what I'm seeing in what I'm doing now. As I watch these ladies grow, as I watch them develop into their best self, and just dance their way into health, healthier lives and happier lives. Yeah, that's major for me.
The more and more that I listen, and as you talk about the different accomplishments, first of all, the wins, because not everyone is in a circle where they are celebrated, right?
Mm.
We know that in the workplace you're not necessarily celebrated.
Right.
You're really a number to get the work done, right? When the work ain't being done, what you're doing, whatever, but so you're not celebrated. So the fact
Right.
that every class that people come to, first of all, they are celebrated just for that day, because you're right, it is a push through, because they could have been catching hell on that job. And
Mm-hmm.
to know that they can come to a safe space where they
The
can
safe
breathe,
space.
where they
Yes.
can just breathe and just be themselves.
Yeah.
And more and more, I think COVID kind of taught us that more and more people just looking for spaces where they can breathe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because in so many spaces you can't. And then you mention all the different hats that women wear. So you're wearing all these different hats, like who am I? And
Mm-hmm.
so when they step into a Flavor Inc. class, they can breathe and they can say, wow, this is who I am. And,
Yes.
and then the confidence. People, you may have some people that are born with confidence. I believe you do, and we're just talking about women. Let's talk about women.
Right.
I can't talk about men because I'm not a man. I can only talk
Right.
about. So as a woman, as a young girl, yeah, you could have been born with confidence, right? You hit middle school, you're going through that puberty,
Oh.
you're going through some changes, you're gonna meet some mean girls in school, then you're gonna leave your family and go off to college.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole new different environment. Then you get with a boyfriend, depending on how he is, he can be whatever he can be.
Yeah.
That's now going to weigh on you. And
Yeah.
so now I'm talking about you're probably 24. And at 24, and let's say, for instance, you get married and you got some kids. Between 24 and 40, that's that
Mm-hmm.
middle passage that I talk about. And
Mm-hmm.
that confident young girl, she could lose herself in between there,
Yes.
25 and 40, right?
Yes.
And
Yes.
and I may not be speaking to you that may be watching, but maybe speaking to somebody that have gone through this, or somebody that's just entering that and feel that there's something wrong with them. There's nothing wrong with you. You're going through what I call the middle passage. And so as what Flavor Inc. has created is a safe space for
Mm-hmm.
you to show up in as you go through this middle passage. Because as between 25 and 40, as you're a wife, raising kids, you're on the job, like you got a lot going on.
Yeah.
And let's add church. If you're part of church, you got a lot going on. So
Yeah.
you don't even know if you're going or coming. You don't even know where you're going or coming. And as we talked before about, you're all about community. You're all
Mm-hmm.
about celebrating the win, celebrating the woman and community. So kudos to you. Continue doing what you're doing. Great success. 2026 is going to be amazing. And I just love to watch and to be a part of all of that. And so as we're talking about Unbox Your Vision, January 10th from 11 to 3. If you haven't gotten your ticket yet, get your ticket, because as Deronda mentioned, it's not just about dancing. She's going to be on the lineup as we're going to go through line dancing, because as I started off, for me, a vision board event is not about stickers and glue and whatever. It's all about your mindset. It's all about getting your mind right for where it is that you want to go to. So, Deronda, thank you so much. Is there anything you want to leave? Any parting words? Any words of encouragement? Anything you want to leave before we go ahead and sign off.
Um, well, just really quick, I wanted to piggyback off something you said. So Flavor Inc. also has a group that's called Flavor Kids. And in this group, I have there's five young ladies, but there's four phenomenal middle school age young ladies. Any of you who know children know that middle school is a very trying age. I have a young lady that has evolved so since she's been dancing. She's quiet young lady, really kind of laid back. But when I tell you that she's the face of Flavor Kids, the the energy, the she's relentless on learning her dances. She can teach any grown person a dance. The confidence that this young lady has now is amazing. The encouragement that we get from each other, that age group that Leslie was talking about, that 25 to 40. And I often talk to my seasoned ladies, and coming in 2026 will be the seasoned flavor group. That's for our senior citizens. We got to keep everybody busy, and they're asking, so I'm giving it to them. But it is our responsibility. It is our responsibility as Christian and just as mature women. Maybe we were fed into as young women and maybe not, but it's our responsibility to help these young ladies see their full potential and to do whatever it is that we can to help them to get to where they want to be, being their best, being their best self, being their authentic self is what we emphasize, is what I emphasize for Flavor Inc. So if there's anything that I'd want people to know, is that Flavor Inc. is that safe space for you to grow. People often say, I can't dance. I have two left feet. The dancing is the least of the worries. I need you to come so that I can say, I got you, sister. We can do this. I can show you how to do that. We can improvise. We can modify. We have to do that always. We have to do that to fit into every space. But this space right here, when you're improvising and modifying, it's for the betterment of you. It's for you to leave feeling accomplished. Your work day may have been draining, but when you leave class, you're feeling with your so happy, you know, you have a smile on your face. You have worked hard. You have worked hard, but you leave feeling good. And because they leave feeling good, I feel good in the end.
That's awesome. That I love the Flavor Kids. That's awesome. And I will share that I am so proud of myself that I learned how to do boots on the ground from Deronda. And like I said, I can't really get to class because of schedule. But believe you me, when I see them dancing on YouTube, I be practicing my dances in the bathroom. So and but like we said, back to confidence. There's nothing like a confident woman, not hiding behind the job and the degree. And
Right.
so, if you can do things outside of the job and the degree to gain your confidence,
Yeah.
my God, that is going to take you so far. Because when we're hiding behind the job, the title, and the degree, guess what? That can go at any minute.
Yes.
That can leave at any minute. And then where does that leave you? But when
Yes.
you're in a safe space of women and in a safe space where you can learn to teach a class and be in front of 40 people and be able to direct them and do all these different things, that's skills that nobody can take from you. So so kudos to you. Tell the people where they can find you, or on what social platforms you're on, so that the people can find you and follow you.
All right. Uh,
Classes. When do you have classes?
okay. So you can follow me on Facebook. My name is Deronda Moss Jackson. You will always see the Diamond Diva. Um, my company, Flavor Inc., has a page. Please follow us there. Like I said, we're growing. We're trying to take the Treasure Coast to a whole nother level. I'm on Instagram and TikTok. I'm going, and coming in 2026, you'll see me more on YouTube and the podcast. Um, I have classes on Mondays and Wednesdays at the Riverwalk Center in beautiful downtown Fort Pierce. We are closed until January, but check out my page for flyers for when classes start back up in middle end of January. Okay, we'd love to see you there. First time class is always free. Just tell them that you got a special invitation from me, the Diamond Diva, and I'll be looking for you to come to class.
Awesome, awesome. Well, thank you so much for pausing your schedule and for sharing some great nuggets with us. I know that the people watching, they're going to think about line dancing a little differently. And even if they're in another state or in another country, they're definitely going to think about the way that Flavor Inc. has really set this foundation for line dancing. So thank you so much. So for everyone else, join us January 10th at the beautiful Riverwalk in downtown Fort Pierce, where we have Unbox Your Vision. The reason why it's unboxed is because you have all of that inside of you.
Yeah.
Just need to pull it out. You have a vision. You knew you have a dream. Like you can't. I've met women to tell me I don't have a dream. Yeah, you do. We just need to unbox that. So thank you so much. We're on the eve before Christmas Eve. Happy holidays, everyone. Have a spectacular time with your friends and your family that you choose to be with. Because remember, that's your choice that you choose to be with. And we'll be back in 2026 with a whole new lineup and a new schedule. So bye for now.
Bye bye. Dance a little.
Love it. Dance a little.